Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Sunday morning. With us is my good friend Mark Shaw, and a former criminal defense lawyer and legal analyst. And he's the one that did numerous books on the JFK assassination. Well, Mark Shaw, we haven't talked in a while. And there was an article in the New York Post last week that somebody has a videotape or a tape of the JFK assassination, and they put it on the market and they want to sell it for $900 million. What could be in that in that tape that's worth $900 million? Any idea?
I don't know, John. I've looked at the tape, the photographs and things, but frankly, it doesn't surprise me that the government is trying to cover up this videotape, because as you and I know, they've been covering up the truth about the JFK assassination since the Warren Commission, and most recently with this task force on government secrets, they're hiding a confession by the mafioso Carlos Marcello, where he said, yeah, I had the SOB killed, meaning JFK. I'm glad I did. I'm sorry I couldn't have done it myself. So it's not surprising that the government would try to cover all this up. That's in my new book, Abuse of Power, because they never really have wanted the truth to come out. I mean, you and I have talked before, and you've got some theories that are very, are very logical and all of that. But, John, they don't want those to be released to the public, because they always want to go back to the Oswald alone theory and those kinds of things. It's kind of sad that way, but this video does show some things that are interesting, because unlike the Zapruder film, which was aimed at the camera at the JFK limousine, this man, I don't have his name here right now, but his camera was aimed at the grassy knoll. And you can, in the photographs, you can see, and in the footage, I'm sure, that there's a man prone, lying on the ground there, and he's got his gun, his rifle, aimed at the limousine.
Yeah, the article says it was a Dallas air conditioning chairman, repairman, Orville Nix, N-I-X.
Yeah, it was. And apparently, it seems valid in terms of what he did. To show that, and I'm going to go back to Dorothy Kilgallen for a minute, because you and I both know that she was the one who investigated the JFK assassination, I think the most credible in history. But the very first thing she did when she went to Dallas, just a few days after the assassination, was talk to Jesse Curry, the police chief, and he told her, as I have in my books, The Reporter Knew Too Much and Abuse of Power, that the shots came from the grassy knoll or the overpass. So this would confirm exactly what happened. But if people really want to go ahead and look at this video, I think they will be amazed, because it really does give a different perspective as to where those shots came from.
Understood. And it does say that Nix died in 1972, and his granddaughter is in possession of the film, and I guess she's the one that put it on the market.
Yeah, I think she has, and it needs to be evaluated by people, so people can look at it. I don't know if anybody's going to pay $900 million for it or whatever. If people really want to see exactly what I believe happened in terms of the shots coming from the front and not coming from the back, and I've put this in my books. Go look on YouTube at the Parkland Doctors, the Parkland Hospital Doctors. It's a documentary, and they really show the damage to JFK's the frontal part of his head and so on and so forth that way. But it doesn't matter. This should still be evaluated, and it should be released so that people can make up their own mind.
Well, yeah, I mean, what I would do, I'm a deal maker. You put me in a room with 10 deals, I'll make 11. I would say yes, I'll pay you the money, but show me the movie, and then we have to authenticate it.
Yeah, I'd want to see. You'd want to see them. You're a good businessman, John. You'd want to see the film first to see exactly what's there. And the Post did a good job of kind of wobbling between, is this really true? And yes, it can be of historical significance. But I haven't seen anything else about it after you were kind enough to have me on the program here. I've looked around to see if anybody, any of the mainstream media or anything else like that, other than the Post, have gotten into this, and so far that hasn't happened. So I don't know if it'll get the research into it that it probably deserves.
Well, Mark Shaw, tell us what else you're doing before we let you go this Sunday.
Well, thanks, John. I'll tell you one thing I'm pleased about, and I think you know about this. In November 8th, which is the anniversary of Dorothy's death, your city council there honored her by renaming the cross street between East 68th Street and Park Avenue Dorothy Kilgallen Way, and that meant a great deal to me for sure because of all she did with regard to all the career she had, but also the things she did with the assassination and everything. And so now I found a book, John, and I think you'll be interested in this. I'll send you a copy. In 1936, Dorothy participated in something called the Race Around the World, and it was she and two older gentlemen from the New York Times and New York Herald Telegram at the time, and they competed in the Race Around the World. They took off in the Hindenburg, went to Europe to Paris, and then down into Spain, and then all around into Indochina, all the way around through Hawaii, and then to the United States. And Dorothy was on that trip, and she wrote a book about it called Girl Around the World. It's a very difficult book to find. I got the rights to it, and so I'm going to publish it using exactly the words and everything that she used, because it's really a piece of history. It really shows everything that was going. You have to remember,
do that
John,
book, we'll bring you back on, and we'll have a book party for you in New York.
Sounds great. You're a good man. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you so much for coming on this Sunday morning, and we'll talk again real soon.
It's a deal. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now, is right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks, and if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.